So how about the San Francisco 49ers pulling off an upset win? Let's talk about that final drive, what they did well, and how they were able to get the ball in field goal range and kick a game-winning field goal. So they started off with this play, just going to be a little halfback draw right here. If you remember in the Super Bowl, they did this very same thing when they only had a couple minutes left in the half. So I like this kind of idea. It can work out because the opposing team is definitely not expecting a run here, and so you can pick up some yards. Plus, there's 2 minutes and 10 seconds left, so you basically are only killing the 10 seconds there because it'll be a 2-minute warning. So I think it makes sense. However, look at Troy Reeder right here. That's number 51, the linebacker. He's the one who I have circled in white. And he's going to do a really good job on this play, where a center is supposed to just go up and block him one-on-one, but it's not going to work out too well. Like, as you see, look at Reeder and watch how he kind of just gets that good inside leverage to a point where he now knows he can run in and make a play. He read this really well as well. A lot of guys, I think, would assume this is a passing play, but, good job by him for knowing a running play might come. He makes a little quick swim move play and is able to get an immediate tackle. Good job by him. Good job by this whole Rams defense to not allow much of a gain on first down. So now it's 2nd down and 9. They're going to have a halfback just run a quick route to the outside. This is against man coverage. These types of plays can work, and honestly, San Francisco, they love to run these types of plays. They love to just throw checkdowns. It's the whole you can't go broke making a profit play. It is 2nd down and 9, so they don't want to have a 3rd down and 9. That's a dangerous situation. They basically they have the mindset now of they just want to make it a 3rd down and short situation. Mullins takes the snap, and you see McKinnon, who's the halfback on this play. I mean, he's easily open right here. And again, this is why these types of plays can work, because it's man coverage. Typically, you have a linebacker one-on-one covering a halfback, and if the halfback is good in open space, it can actually be a really good situation, and clearly he's open right here. As you see, Mullins makes actually a really good throw that gives McKinnon a chance to, turn his shoulder, get over, and pick up as many yards as possible. It is a 3rd down, but now it's a 3rd down and short, so it was a well-executed play. Yes, it's still not an ideal situation, but this is what they wanted. They wanted a 3rd down and short, and so they're okay with that. So now it's going to be a 3rd down and 2. There's a minute and 55 seconds left. This is a huge play. It's man coverage. It's a cover 1 play. So, I mean, this is the play of the game at this point. If San Francisco isn't able to get the first down, they punt the ball back to Los Angeles, and who knows, maybe the Rams just win it in regulation right here, and that's the ball game. San Francisco doesn't want to let that happen. As you see the route concept on the top of the screen, which is to Mullins' left, you're going to see that Deebo Samuel is the receiver who's all the way closest to the sideline, who's running over, which is important here. Since there's 2 slant routes over the middle, the first one will kind of take away the LA player in charge of covering the middle. Then you have Samuel. He should get open against man coverage. He's really good at winning one-on-one matchups. And with the space here, this is, an ideal situation against this coverage, and it makes sense to throw the ball in this direction. And as you see, once this ball is snapped, Samuel is open, but he's not wide open. He did a good job on this play of just getting some separation, but there's not a ton. If this is a good defensive play where the defensive back can reach over and knock the ball away, that creates a 4th down, and sometimes that's a risk worth taking. Just make a quick play, knock the ball away, and get the 4th down. If not, it's going to be a 1st down anyway. So just making sure you make the tackle doesn't really make a ton of, it's not as worth it here, especially when Samuel is running over the middle where there is going to be help there. So he takes the chance, doesn't get it, and watch Samuel in open space though. He's just able to pick up a ton more yards, and that turns it not just from a 1st down to now San Francisco is at the 50 and on the outside of field goal range. They would then run this play where it's just going to be a quick wide receiver screen to Deebo Samuel again, and again, this is where Samuel excels at. He's a great yards after the catch type guy. This play is a pretty interesting one, though, because you have your 2 receivers running out to block the 2 defensive backs on the top of the screen, meaning the next closest player in this area is going to be a linebacker. It's once again Troy Reeder, and so this is a big play right here. Obviously, you're just on the outside of field goal range, and San Francisco has plenty of time, so LA needs to stop. Mullins takes a snap. He makes another good throw where Samuel can do something with it, but again, Reeder read this play well, no pun intended, and now he's in position where he can make a quick tackle and not allow too much of a gain. It's still going to go for a few yards, but if Reeder is able to stop Samuel in his tracks, it's only a 3-yard gain, and you'll kind of take that. The problem, it's not so easy to stop Deebo Samuel in his tracks. Samuel trucks Reader, and that's a huge play. Gets them just outside the 40 right there. And it really is. It's a huge play. Getting those extra few yards, it's going to end up being huge because on the next 2 plays, San Francisco was not able to get the first down, creating a 4th down and 1 and a decision for Kyle Shanahan. So it's 4th down and 1, 35 seconds left, and LA now has burned all their timeouts trying to see if they could preserve some time, which I understand, maybe give yourself a little bit of time to try and kick a field goal if they make it, or even if they miss it, because if they missed if they went for a field goal now and just missed it, well, then you'd have pretty good field position and could pretty easily try and kick a field goal. So Shanahan's going to make the gutsy move and go for it here. And I mean, listen, this is a bold move, right? But it's a tough situation because if you kick the field goal here, like I said, a miss means you lose, or probably lose because there's time left. And so it's a tough situation. He just feels confident that he can go for it. Again, bold call, but you got to kind of like it. I like the confidence at least. This is going to be a fullback run, and you have Kyle Juszczyk, maybe the best fullback in the league, probably at least the most versatile fullback in the league, if nothing else. So, use him to your advantage. It makes some sense. Really, the 2 key blocks here are going to be the ones who I have mentioned along the edge, because Juszczyk is going to end up running outside everybody basically to try to get towards the outside. So, those edge blocks are going to be really important here. And once this play starts, first look at the white circle there. That's going to be their tight end, Charlie, I believe it's Woner. I'm not sure exactly how you pronounce his last name. He's certainly far from your superstar type guy. He's currently a rookie. He was a 6th round pick, mostly just a blocking guy. But you know what? He's making an incredible block right here, so you'll certainly take that. Really good job by him. Give him a lot of credit. He's, again, setting this edge perfectly. So now for Juszczyk, who's in the yellow circle, he definitely can break in. And for the 2 other LA players who could potentially try and clog up that gap on the side, the problem is they don't know this is a fullback run. And that's one of the key advantages in just a fullback handoff as opposed to actually giving it to your halfback, is when you just give it to the fullback, really people are sort of expecting to mostly focus on the halfback and not so much the fullback. And, Juszczyk is a really good runner of the football. So this isn't a difficult situation for him whatsoever just to pick up the 1 yard. He is able to fight forward. LA actually it was once again Reader who made a good read, broke in as quick as he could and nearly stopped them short, but they did get the first down, and that allowed them to run the ball a couple times, get a better field goal situation, and kick the game-winning field goal. Huge win for San Francisco. Really, it was. I mean, that was a huge win for the 49ers because now they're in a situation where they're 5-6. They're 1 game behind Arizona, and they play Arizona again this season. So you have that hope, right? You've been so banged up. It's been a disastrous season, but I think kind of the hope for San Francisco is they get relatively healthy. They still won't be 100% healthy, but relatively healthy towards the end of the season. If they can find a way to squeak in, they're not someone that I would want to play in the playoffs, that's for sure. So, big win for them. That's what I think. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.